I don't know if you can see this, but it's currently around 5, on April 30th of 2020. And we're in quarantine. And I've been staying up all night doing work. Not just homework, but other work too. My sleep schedule has been pretty messed up ever since quarantine started. And chances are, if you're a senior, I mean, not a senior, chances are, if you're a high school student watching this, then your sleep schedule is more or less as bad as mine. So I've done a few all-nighters before, hoping that I would regain my old rhythm. And it worked. It worked for like 2 days, and then it went back to normal. It's like my body doesn't want to change. Alright, hi, welcome to part 3 of Vloggary, and today's topic is something I'm very passionate about. It is what it's like to be an international student. Fun fact, it was supposed to be the topic of my talk for TED Talk, but unfortunately it was cancelled due to coronavirus, so I thought that maybe I should share it on YouTube and through my vlog. So, international student. It is a really broad topic, which means that I don't think I can cover everything within one video, and I really want to like spread everything out so you don't get bored, which means that I'm gonna divide this into a different episode, and for today's episode I'm gonna discuss whether studying abroad is right for you. Let's get started. According to Google, there are 5.3 million international students worldwide, and there are at least 1 million international students in the US alone. You really have to consider if studying abroad in the first place is the right thing for you. But Harry, how do I know if it's the right thing for me? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here are my reasons for whether studying abroad is the right decision for you. Are you interested in a specific culture or a different culture? Maybe you grew up with reading manga or watching anime. Maybe you were obsessed with Phineas and Ferb or any other Disney shows. Maybe you loved K-pop. It doesn't matter. If a certain culture intrigues you, then maybe you want to consider studying abroad. Like many people say, learning will be fun if you enjoy what you're learning. No one can force you to study abroad or more generally tell you what to do. They can only push you to a certain degree. And whether you make the most of the experience is always up to you and the strength of your curiosity. And in this case, it's your curiosity for the culture. Personally, I was under heavy influence of Western media. I grew up watching Disney's and I was obsessed with every single shows. I remember those days when school ended at 5, I would just go straight home, threw my back in the corner, and then just turn on the TV and was just eagerly waiting for Phineas and Ferb to start. It started at 5:30 p.m. and ended at 6:30. And also for Friday nights, they have Disney original movies starting at 6:30. And those were the small things that I really looked forward to as a child. In addition, I loved spending nights with my mom watching movies on HBO, Star Movies, and Cinemax, which are like channels exclusive, well, except for HBO, channels exclusive in Asia, and they basically are like HBO. They show movies 24/7, and they're just movies from Hollywood and other Western countries. Another thing that really made an impact on me and really helped me decide that I wanted to study abroad was the road trips. Well, not the road trip, the songs that my mom played in the car during the road trips. A little bit of background. Vietnam is shaped like an S, the letter S. And I was born in Hanoi, Vietnam, which is the capital of Vietnam. I was born in Hanoi. Did I say Vietnam or did I say? Okay, never mind. I was born in Hanoi, which is in the north of Vietnam and is the capital of Vietnam. My grandmother, however, she was born in the middle of Vietnam, and it's like 8 hours driving from Hanoi. And sometimes my mom would drive us back there to visit my grandmother's brother. Something about me is that I just love long haul drive. I can just stare out the windows for hours and hours and I wouldn't get bored. And during those long drives, my mom would play songs which are of ABBA, Beatles, and Boney M, and any other like Western bands from the 60s, 70s, and 80s in Western part of the world. And they really made an impact on me. So needless to say, I do love the Western culture as much as I did my own. All in all, decision to whether studying abroad is right for you depends on whether you're interested in the culture and if you're enthusiastic for the idea of studying abroad. The money. The harsh reality kicks in. Money is money, and it is a big topic that we must discuss. One big factor that determines whether you should study abroad is, of course, finance. Depends on your parents' financial status, you might want to consider whether studying abroad is feasible for you. Of course, I must say that there are a lot of schools out there that offer scholarships and financial aids to international students, especially if you have good grades and good testing scores. However, other fees such as personal spending, such as food and clothing, may be a bit of challenge for you. If you're interested in studying abroad and your financial status support, then congratulations, there's nothing holding you back, just go for it. However, if you don't want to spend all those money and you're limited by your monetary issues, then there are a few ways you can deal with it. If you're a high school student like me, maybe you should go study abroad for college instead of high school. As international students studying in the US, we cannot go to public school. That's a fact. As you may know, public schools are funded by the government from the taxes that the citizens paid. And since you never paid those taxes, there's no way you're gonna go to public schools. However, private schools are always an option. Studying in high school can be very costly without financial aids or scholarships, and sometimes it can cost as much as colleges. If that's the case, then maybe waiting for college is the better options for you, as you can have more time to do more research and look for more financial aids and scholarships. Another way you can deal with it is to find a part-time job. I think that this option is more feasible if your tuition is covered by scholarships or financial aid. That way, your salary coming from your job can be spent on your personal needs such as foods and other spendings. Personally, I've never had a job, and I don't have a job in high school. In fact, I didn't know about the procedure of applying for a job. I didn't even really know that it was possible for international student to apply for a job, but then I had a friend, we went to the same middle school together, and he's currently studying in LA. Our moms are close. We're not that close. We're not compatible at all. But our moms are close, and he told his mom, who told my mom, who told me that he got a job. And so I guess that it's not impossible for an international student to find a job. So if you want to find a job, you can do some more research. I'm not expert in it, but I know it's possible. This one is frankly quite straightforward. If you want a better education than the one that is offered at your country, or maybe you seek career opportunities that are not offered at your country, or you just want to experience some personal development, then studying abroad may be the answer. Okay, one big factor that determines if studying abroad fits you, it is language proficiency. Maybe you're interested in studying abroad, and maybe your parents can afford it, but does it always mean you should? It always comes down to your language proficiency. Of course, you don't have to be expert in the language you're gonna be dominantly talking in the country you're going to, but at least you have to have good foundation. The point of studying abroad, of course, is to study, so you're not expected to be perfect by the time you get there. I really believe that it's always about the journey and not the destination. And the same thing goes for studying abroad. Having a strong foundation in the language of the country you're going to will definitely help you. From participating in class to socializing with others. Language proficiency is definitely an important factor to consider before you study abroad. So buy those books and watch those YouTube videos because you gotta improve your skills. I believe in you. Another factor that decides whether you're ready for studying abroad is if you are ready to face adulthood. Quite frankly, unless you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, then studying abroad is not without challenges. There are a lot of things you have to take care of, such as your schoolwork, to your personal life, to trying to fit in with a new culture and try to learn as much as possible from this new country. It can be very overwhelmed. And personally, I have to take care of myself. I would say the hardest part is doing groceries and cooking, as personally, I find it most time consuming. But if you manage your time well and you find joy in the things you do, and you're curious enough to just keep moving forward, then I think you'll be fine. This is an opportunity for you to mature and grow. So if you just grab it and take that advantage, then you're so much ready, and you're basically ready for college and even further beyond. And I think that's all the points I have to say for today's video. I don't think there's anything I have on top of my head right now, so yeah, I think those are the main points I want to cover today. If you have any other points you want to share, you might want to comment down in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to check them out. I guess that's it. I think we're done with this episode. Give a thumbs up and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video to give me the motivation to create more videos. And looking forward to next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.